Hi, thank you. It was warm. We're not gonna lie. It was pretty damn hot.
How did you survive this heat? How
Well,
did you manage
like
it?
Hannes said, the day isn't over yet. There's plenty of time for heart failure and whatnot, overheating.
I've been trying to find like a cool spot, like cool in like chill spot around this place, but it's nowhere to be found.
The river
was great. Yeah.
Have you been to the river? Have
Yeah.
you
We went in. We went in straight after the show. All of us.
You know about what they say about the river?
It's filled with piss.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mind. I'm like very open-minded.
Okay, that's cool. That's nice. Do you have any tips for the festival goers? How to survive the heat? What to do against it?
5 minutes before we went on stage, there was nobody in front of the stage, and I was like, I saw all of them hanging out over by the bar, like under the roof, and I don't blame them. Like I would say, like my tip would be just stay there. Don't get in front of the stage, at least not until the sun goes down. It was really like boiling point under the feet today. For the first 3 songs, I thought to myself, like, I'm gonna take it like kind of easy. I'm gonna focus on just not moving too much, but save the energy for singing and playing. And then after 3 songs, I started having this boiling sensation under the feet, so I had to start dancing around. So it was kind of, but
dancing has never been better.
Probably not.
And did you visit festivals as teens? Is that something that you did?
Not a lot. Really. I went to Sweden Rock Festival, which is like the biggest niche like hard rock metal festival in Sweden. Still going strong. We actually played there this summer. I have very, very fond memories of that. Just being at a festival where it's all about music and friends and hopefully sun, usually rain. It's some of the best experiences I've had. Really, truly. I wish we had time to just hang more at festivals than we do. Usually it's very much like a hit and run, do the promo and have dinner, and then we're on our way to the next show. And tonight we have to leave at 9 already, so it kind of sucks a little bit. But being at festivals as a band is kind of cool because it's like we've been up and down Europe so many times by now that everybody, kind of. So backstage is kind of like a family reunion wherever you go. It's like you meet so many people that and you hang and you talk, and so it's a great experience on the other side as well.
That sounds cool. Did you have time to check out some bands today?
I mean to check out the band that played before us. They sounded amazing. Do you have this thing?
It was Black Sea Dow.
Yes.
Yes, the Swiss. Really cool.
That was kick-ass.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it. I was standing side stage and I was watching. I couldn't see the I was hanging out in the shadows. But it sounded really nice. Some 3-part like harmony vocals and stuff. Ambient, like nice melodies. I'm really going to check that out.
You have to. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're really good. Nice. So you said you're traveling a lot around Europe. So you've been to Switzerland many times. Is there something particular you're looking forward to when you come to Switzerland? That you're
the catering. I have very fond memories of when we went to Berner Bierhübeli. Yeah. We just came back from like 2 weeks in England, and as most bands will tell you that are touring bands, England is terrible to tour. Like the people are lovely, like as in the audience, but your standard as your kind of what was it called the thing, like how much are you worth? Your standing. Your standing, like your social standing, like how you rank, like the president, hobos. You know what I mean? You're like below hobos when you're in a band and you're in England. They treat you like we came into the dressing room, we find like this. There's 2 bottles of water and a bag of Doritos. That's it. Have a nice gig. And it's not really a dressing room. It's more like a cleaning closet or something.
Chamber, yeah.
And we just had 2 weeks of that, and then we came to Bern, and it was like a customized full buffet menu where they put our song titles in the dish names. And it was just, amazing. We all pretty much cried, like just all real food, and it tasted good, and people were friendly. So, no, that's a good memory. Good memories of Bern.
Yeah, food is important, right? Your new album, Club Majesty, is out since almost a month now. How does it feel to play the songs live, Hannes?
Very good. I mean, it gets better and better. There's always this... the first couple of times when you try out your new songs, it's like you're still so much in the headspace of like, I don't want to fuck this up. What am I supposed to play now? What do I sing? And that kind of stuff. But you get into it, and I think now we did like 10 or 11 shows with the new songs, and now we're really getting into it. So you can actually, start doing your thing and enjoying it. I mean, we're always enjoying it, but you know what I mean? It's like the first initial do not fuck this up thing is gone now, which is a very, very nice feeling.
I've actually enjoyed this whole insecurity thing a little bit because it very quickly turns into just a rolling train. You know what I mean? Where it's just, I don't want to say routine because we love playing, and I don't mean boring, but it's like when you're touring an album for like 2.5 years, you know exactly what's going to happen at every turn. And right now, we're still in that position.
Yeah, and it's like I'm actually getting slightly nervous now before the shows. And I kind of like it, because I miss that feeling.
And the album is called Club Majesty. What does a Club Majesty, how does this club look like?
I mean, first and foremost, I'd say that like the Club Majesty, the name, the thought, the theme of the whole thing, it was actually a leftover from when we chose the band name in 2008? And we had 3 options for band names. We had Royal Republic, we had King Average, and Club Majesty. And we just thought it was too cool of a name to just leave hanging, lying in a cemetery somewhere. And by the time we had I think half of the album written, we kind of felt like this sounds more like a red carpet, a cosmopolitan club-ish thing than it sounds like a punk, sweaty, dirty, underground kind of thing. So Club Majesty just seemed to fit perfectly into that whole thing.
It's really 80s and disco themes. Is there a reason you chose the 80s?
I don't think we set our mind on 80s. I love many sounds of the 80s, just like I love sounds from the 60s and 50s and 40s even, and 70s, whatnot. I think we aim to keep our music as boundary-free as possible. I think that's the way we like to listen to music. That's the way we like to compose and write, without rock starts here and ends here, and you cannot pass this line, or else, we don't have guilty pleasures, we only have pleasures, has become the tagline. And that's because, oftentimes in interviews such as this one, people would ask, so what's the most embarrassing thing on your Spotify playlist? And they're fishing for, the pop stuff, whatever that might, if it's, Backstreet Boys or Justin Bieber, Spice Girl, whatever, And I mean, oftentimes we will have all of them. It's all on there. But it's not, to me, it's not embarrassing. It's like, is this embarrassing to you? Because music is so, there are so many flavors and tastes and sounds, and you can enjoy all of it. So, why not? There's good music and bad music, kind of.
So when we're talking about playlists, is there a song that, like a disco song that gets you going the most? What's the one song you have to play to get in the party mood?
I mean, anything by Earth, Wind and Fire usually sets me off.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
What's the song? September.
Oh, sorry, Boogie Wonderland.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Good
But
choice.
the best one, the one that is usually spins in the dressing room before we go on, is a song called Jupiter by Earth, Wind and Fire. It's a very, very hooky, catchy brass line. That's the stuff. That inspired me to pick up the saxophone.
You learned new instruments for the album. You learned to play saxophone and
Yeah.
No, it was like I kind of just woke up one morning and I felt like I mastered every possible instrument too well by now. I need a new challenge. And saxophone was like the one, or like brass in general, I guess, for all of us, is something that is, I have no idea how to even make it sound, I have no idea how it works. So that seemed like just an interesting thing. And by the time I played I Am Sailing a couple of times, we actually were sitting down writing Fireman, like the first single of the new record, and we came to the part after the after the second verse was like, okay, it's solo time, and so guitar solo, or no, let's do the saxophone solo. That's going to be fun. So we recorded a saxophone solo, and we sent it off to our manager. Our manager called back the same day and said, "Oh, it's a great fucking track, really kick ass, but you cannot, under any circumstances, ever have saxophone on your record because the radio is not going to touch it." And then we started putting saxophone on every song that we made just to kind of fuck with him. And you know, the saxophone made it to the album.
and to the radio.
And to the radio. So what do you know?
He's actually doing quite well.
You did prove him wrong. Are we going to see you play saxophone live on the tour, maybe?
I would say most definitely. Right now, we've just been in the beginning. There's so much new technical stuff going on. We got a guitar for Jonas because we're very much like, when we're writing music, we don't really think about the live situation. We just want to write the song and make the sounds, and then we'll figure it out later, you know, how to play it, how to technically, you know. So right now there's just a lot of new ingredients going on. So many things have to work. So the saxophone kind of got the back seat, but I'm sure that we will bring it for the headline tour.
Once we've figured out the guitar thing, we'll move on to the saxophone.
Step by step,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Good. And how are you preparing for the tour now, except for figuring all this saxophone and guitar
How we're
stuff out?
preparing for the
Yeah.
tour. I mean, this is a good, I mean, if you can play a show on a day like today, you're pretty much set. It's like this is the baptism under fire kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, if we can pull this off, we're fine.